Lewis Hamilton has indicated that he does not know for certain whether he will continue to race in Formula One next year, saying there is no guarantee he will sign a new contract with Mercedes. Hamilton claimed his 72nd F1 victory for Mercedes in last weekend's Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, to score his 93rd career win as he helped the German manufacturer clinch a record 7th Constructors' World Championship on the bounce. The result means that Hamilton will wrap up his 7th driver's title and draw level with Michael Schumacher's all-time record of world championships at the next race in Turkey, providing teammate Valtteri Bottas does not outscore him by 8 points. The achievement will seal an unprecedented 7th World Championship double in a row for Mercedes. Hamilton is out of contract at the end of the year, but it is widely expected that he will agree to a new deal to remain with Mercedes into 2021 and beyond, despite a delay in finalising what was considered to be a contract formality. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff initially stated that he'd hoped to make progress with negotiations over Hamilton's future following a hectic run of races that kicked off the condensed 17-round 2020 season. But there has been no significant update in the 3 months that have passed since the campaign got underway. The situation appears to have been complicated by delays over Wolff's own future, with the Austrian currently finding himself in a moment of reflection as he weighs up his role with the team beyond the end of the current season. Wolff has been in talks with Daimler for some time about his future and has admitted that overseeing Mercedes' success over the past 8 seasons has taken its toll on him. His ambition is to find a successor to take over as team principal when the time is right. Speaking after Sunday's race at Imola, Wolff admitted he feels his shelf life as a team boss is beginning to expire. Despite this, Wolff insists he remains committed to Mercedes and will remain at the team in some capacity in 2021. It was when discussing Wolff's future and the impact it would have on Mercedes in the FIA's post-race press conference that Hamilton dropped an unprompted bombshell. "I don't even know if I'm going to be here next year, so it's not really a concern for me at the moment," he said. When pressed later on if there is a real chance he could leave F1 at the end of the year, Hamilton replied, "Well, we're in November and it's crazy. Christmas isn't that far away. Naturally, I feel great. I still feel very strong and feel like I can keep going for plenty of months. But you mentioned Toto and about shelf life, so there's multiple things that do stay on the top of my mind. I would like to be here next year, but there's no guarantee of that for sure. There's a lot that excites me in the afterlife, so time will tell." But would Hamilton really call it quits when he is on top and seemingly destined to create more F1 history? Hamilton's victory at Imola was his 9th from the opening 13 races of the season and marked Mercedes' 100th win of the V6 hybrid era it has dominated. The Briton, now 35, is just 3 pole positions and 7 wins away from reaching a century in both categories as he continues to raise the bar in F1. A seemingly inevitable 7th world title would put Hamilton tantalisingly close to eclipsing Schumacher's unrivaled record of world championships, a feat previously considered unbeatable when the German won his last title in 2006. With teams carrying over their current cars into the next season due to the postponement of a radical regulation overhaul for 2022, in a bid to save costs after suffering a severe revenue hit due to the coronavirus pandemic, it is fair to assume that Mercedes would still hold a similar advantage over its rivals next year, meaning Hamilton would have a brilliant opportunity to steal an 8th driver's crown. Hamilton's latest comments are a departure from those he made about not being done yet after he broke Schumacher's wins record last time out in Portugal. They are also a notable shift from the ones he made earlier this year, that he feels he could go on for at least 3 more years. His view appears to have altered in the uncertain and extraordinary times we now find ourselves living in, and Hamilton has made it no secret that he does not wish to return to his previous fast-paced pre-pandemic life. It is well known that Hamilton is also keen to pursue his other passions away from the race circuit in music and fashion, as well as continuing his push for human rights and fight against an inequality, something he hinted at with his afterlife comment. Should Hamilton decide to sensationally walk away from F1, Mercedes would be left needing to find itself with a replacement, as it did when Nico Rosberg quit just days after winning his maiden title in 2016. However, Wolff, who knows Hamilton better than most, does not believe his star driver has reached a point in his life yet where he is ready to stop racing in F1. I guess if he were to decide to step out of Formula One, which I don't think it's going to happen, and I hope it's not going to happen, then I think we're going to have a pretty frantic driver market out there, Wolff said. But I think it's the moment, it's the emotions. We're all happy, but very tired also. While both Hamilton's and Wolff's long-term futures are shrouded in an element of uncertainty, Wolff, who is likely to move into a new role for 2021, suggested that he and Hamilton are likely to find a resolution to ensure they remain at Mercedes together for at least one more season. So what do you think? Could Lewis Hamilton really hang up his helmet at the end of the 2020 season? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Crash F1.